20-year-old Liverpoolian. He thought the free kick should have gone the other way. Takes his touch beyond Bastoni. 6-1, half dozen the other. Liverpool's last 2 games in the competition.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Italy,
welcome to my live reaction
in the group. Son in particular has enjoyed playing against the Italian
Liverpool
side, scored
versus
in
Inter
all 3 of
Milan.
his outings against them. This is a very good
Game
Champions
is
League
already
campaign.
begun.
Brozovic often dictates their play from deep positions. It was forward, I think, by De Vrij in the end. Now here's Perisic with the cross in the middle. Martinez, important header away by Robertson. Vidal down, and a tame shot in the end by Dumfries. Yeah, good play from Inter. On the ball back, swift counter-attack. Perisic is onside when Sanchez plays in the ball, but this is where they're lacking Dzeko. Martinez isn't particularly good in the air, doesn't even try and attack it against Robertson. So while they've got a lot more speed, a lot more trickery maybe in the front areas, they will lack a physical presence in the box. Well, watch for Dumfries coming forward, Liverpool. He's a terrific athlete. We saw that in the European Championships with the Netherlands. And he has been a regular goal scorer from full-back. Brozovic. Vidal with a little touch off to
now Liverpool has started as
gives it away.
Liverpool has started as overwhelming favourite because first leg 2-0 away.
An option perhaps went to the right hand side when Martinez was on the left, possibly in a better position than Sanchez. I would say 2 or 3 years ago Sanchez would have continued his run and got the other side of Robertson, but he knew he was going to be outpaced, so he just stopped his run as Çalhanoğlu played the ball. Good challenge. Salah by Alessandro Bastoni. One of the Italian European Championship winning side. Inter have lost on their last 4 visits to England.
So 9 minutes of run.
One here before though, 4-1 at Newcastle in 2002, 3-0 at Arsenal in 2003. I guess Inter have started the better of the 2 teams so far. They've been really good at playing out from the back. They played around Liverpool's pressure. And a couple of chances to counter-attack.
Guys, make sure you feel
hungry at the moment, Inter.
Money on the ball.
Robertson with the run. That's a Liverpool corner kick. Looking to reach a 9th Champions League quarter-final. 17th in the entire history of this competition, including the European Cup when they were serial winners, of course.
Predict Liverpool to win 2-0.
They've lost 8 of their last 9 Euro ties when they've lost the first leg. All the omens point towards Liverpool. Can they get the early breakthrough? Nike is out. Good header away under pressure at the far post by Vidal. Really good header out. Here's Salah. Thiago Alcantara has gone to that wide position, whipped in by Alexander-Arnold. Bastoni's header. Fabinho into the mix again, out by Perisic. And that should be claimed here by Samir Handanovic. Fine goalkeeper he's been over the years. He's kept 3 clean sheets in a row as well for Inter. Alcantara. Brozovic. I think you watched them on Friday, didn't you, against Salernitana? Was it Friday, but it was the weekend? Yeah, I did the game. And they played very well. They needed a good result and a good performance. Lautaro Martinez played as well as I've seen him play. Scored a hat-trick. Dzeko was involved as well, but they completely dominated the game, as you would expect against the side at the bottom of the table.
Now
Started here on the front foot, Perisic with the running cross. He's been dealt with by Alisson. He's kept 7 clean sheets in his last 10. Both goalkeepers were in form. And of course, he had a couple of years in Italy at Roma.
summer that time. He was the number 2 to Szczesny, who was then the Roma number 1 goalkeeper. He actually got his chance when he left for Juventus, Szczesny.
I think in the end when he was at Arsenal, something ran out of trust in him. He was a good goalkeeper, but at that stage in his career, his decision making was a bit inconsistent, let's just say. A bit madcap at times.
Certainly wasn't short on confidence, was he? He steps across the challenge of Robertson. Dumfries wins the free kick.
That game I was telling you about, 64-65, semi between these two sides. Great names involved in that. Roger Hunt for Liverpool ahead here after 4 minutes. Sandro Mazzola leveled 6 minutes from Ian Callahan and Ian St John gave Liverpool the win. But in the return leg, Mario Corso, Joaquim Piero and Jacinto Paquetti got the goals. If you're into Italian football history, you'll know the names. And indeed, if you're into the history of Liverpool Football Club, Roger Hunt, Ian St John, Ian Callahan, fantastic names from the past. Such a rich tradition this club has.
And 2 of those players were in the England squad, the 1966 World Cup winning team.
The player Roger Hunt was never really, I think, got the praise he deserved, but from inside that England dressing room, he was so important. The players recognised that. It's Vidal. Magic Cambridge didn't really get there. So this is Dumfries. Typical Denzel Dumfries territory. Vidal. 2 danger signs flashing for Liverpool because Inter look the more intensive side at this moment in time. And if they score early, we've got a real time on our hands. Is that onside? 26 with the cross on the run, always likely to go behind.
But that's the ball that could cause Liverpool problems. Certainly onside when the ball was played. He's quite deep. Alexander-Arnold has got to see that much quicker. Unfortunately for Perisic, the ball was played a little bit too heavily. He's always going to struggle to keep that in. But he is the danger man, I would say, for Inter. He fancies his chances against Alexander-Arnold.
2-goal Inter win tonight will take us to extra time and perhaps penalties. No away goals, of course. There's an offside already. Flags already been lifted and the whistle blown. But he had the joy of smacking the ball into the top end net.
Just slow coming back here, Sanchez. It's a yard or so offside, but clearly offside. Good decision by the assistant. Didn't have to wait to put his flag up on that occasion.
And Vidal can tell his grandkids he scored in front of the cop. Didn't count. Alexander-Arnold. Jones with the run and the pass out wide. Here's Robertson. Jota stayed wide. And this therefore in the middle. Dealt with easily there by Jeffrey and Brozovic. One back by Robertson. Good press by him. Tentative ball in the middle. Cleared away by Bastoni.
And Danovic was furious with Dumfries that he didn't go for that first ball. Chipped it down the line. Dumfries was slow to react.
Still 2-0 on aggregate. Liverpool in the round of 16 for the 5th season in a row, 10th overall. They've only failed to progress to the last 16 or further. The Champions League 3 times in its history.
So you know Liverpool started
really got going so far.
4-3-3.
15 minutes in.
Alice Becker in goal.
Good combination play.
Matip, Virgil, Shen. Robertson.
Sure he's going to keep that ball in play.
Robertson.
It's a corner kick. Tries, he
In
might
midfield,
step right
Thiago.
next to sprint out
Fabinho,
like that. They keep the ball in play.
Jones, up top Sadio Mane,
There's the threat from Liverpool.
Jota,
They do it so well.
and Salah.
Yes, they can pass it, but they can also play balls over the top for the pace of Mane, for Salah, on that occasion, Jota.
So Liverpool
These
do
two
have
centre-halves come up.
Liverpool do
So
have
it's a real
free kick.
threat.
Neither has
A
scored
corner.
in Europe this season. Both do have previous Champions League goals to their names. And Drake trying to lose his international teammate.
And sent over the corner.
Dumfries on the edge of the box. The corner will swing away. Out it comes in. Looking for Van
Van
Dijk.
Dijk.
Stole a march. And got the header on goal. First effort we've had from Liverpool tonight.
There you see the problem with a marker who's just intent on watching the player rather than the ball. It started to bend in the air. Dumfries didn't react to it. Van Dijk did because he was watching the ball all the way.
You've been a coach in the past, Stuart. If you were a coach now, the top end of the game, would you preach zonal marking?
I think a combination of both. It doesn't matter if you're zonal marking or man marking. The one thing you have to do is attack the ball as it comes into the box. I think the system that works best is when you have a couple of your best headers who don't mark. They just stand on the 6-yard box and they go and attack everything.
So you have
Everybody else marks up.
a team 5-2 for Inter Milan.
Well, they've come in their numbers.
Andanovic, Bastoni,
Scarves, half scarves, celebrating Liverpool against Inter. I'm not a half scarf man myself, but
Dufray,
many of you out there are.
Skriniar,
Memento,
Perisic,
the
Tolano,
old and costly
Brozovic,
trip.
Vidal,
It's a costly
Dumfries,
business, isn't it, these
Sanchez
days?
and Martin up top.
Still got my club scarf. I used to wear around my neck in the 60s in my team. And a big wooden rattle. Remember them, Stuart? The rattles? I used to take the probably illegal now. Here's Sanchez. To the edge of the box, coming up by Alexander-Arnold. Fabinho around the corner. It's well played over. I'm sure the referee will bring that back for a foul on Jota. He hasn't. And could perhaps built. Brozovic, Dumfries.
On that occasion, Alexander-Arnold just about got back and got the challenge in. It's a really good run from Perisic. Sanchez almost saw it, certainly saw it, but couldn't find the right pass.
German on you very, very deep. German-born Turkish international. Approaching 50 games in European competition now, one shy. Came across the city from Milan in the summer. Brozovic. Bastoni couldn't quite slip it in there to Martinez. Liverpool have possession. Towards well dealt with there by Perisic, who then fouled it.
Yeah, good understanding from Perisic. He'd realised that Bastoni had gone forward and tried to close down Van Dijk and got all the way to the goalkeeper as well. So he just went back. Foul Salah, but not a bad foul. Not get a yellow card for that.
So 18 minutes gone.
To have won 3 of the 8 UEFA competition ties in which they lost the first leg at home. In England, that's a different matter for the last Italian team to win this competition, of course, back in 2010, their 3rd European Cup triumph.
What a great year it was for them under Jose Mourinho.
Robertson. Just deflected off Dumfries and Robertson. It's a very intriguing battle down here on this near side. Who will cancel the other one out? Would they cancel each other out? Skriniar. Vidal got there first but gave it away and was fouled by Fabinho, who protested, but I think he knew from his initial body language. He said he didn't touch him, but
This referee is getting better and better. Yeah, he makes the second challenge. Hill jumps in but gets the ball. Probably a little bit harsh, free kick given. But the players seemed to respect the referee. There was handshakes and pats on the back as they were coming out the tunnel. Two sets of players with the referee.
Liverpool have met Italian clubs in 4 European Cup finals, winning 2 against Roma and Milan, losing 2 against Juventus in that ill-fated 1985 final, in Milan 2007. Martinez claiming there he was hit in the mouth, and you could see Fabinho's reaction.
Well, it's not a swinging elbow as Martinez claimed. I'm not sure it even hit him in the face.
Freese gets 3 yards on Robertson, cuts down on the angle. The Liverpool fullback dropped across. Disappointing for him to having been in that position. Sadio Mane. This will good into Jota, who's giving it away. Shalanolu towards Martinez.
Good position. Good position by Alexander-Arnold. He had to be. Jota gave the ball
So
away.
Liverpool are a little bit
over here from
sloppy
Sanchez.
At the moment.
Martinez tries to take it into the space.
Good defending.
Alexander-Arnold was round on the cover. It's not always the case. Usually higher up the field, but that was a good defensive position.
13 goals for Martinez this season. And Dzeko has 16, only on the bench. He was at Manchester City, and if you believe the rumours, Martinez will be at Manchester City next season. Would he be a Pep Guardiola type player for you?
Well, I would say he's a little bit too inconsistent at the moment. Last season, he had that great partnership with Lukaku, but Lukaku was undoubtedly the better player, more effective player.
Salah.
Jota just holds deep. Brozovic was well positioned. Does that for fun, but he's giving it away poorly. Swarming around Liverpool at the moment with their dark blue, picking up a lot of possession. And Brozovic trying to swing it away wide towards the left-hand side. Brozovic was hiding left wing back. But his eyes had lost possession.
Thiago on the ball.
Thiago Alcantara. Played since probably the 23rd, out with a hamstring injury. Matip comes and gets and bumps off Vidal, and the referee says go on. Here's Robertson. Jota. Salah in the middle. Mane joining him. Look at the intershirts going back.
Jones. Fabinho.
Little bit of space, but the ball wouldn't come down for him. Alexis Sanchez foraging. A wonderful time he had at Arsenal. Not so wonderful at Manchester United, really. Got the 5 goals in 45 games, but he had a knee injury while he was there, you might remember. But at Arsenal, 80 goals, later won every other game.
I watched a lot of those games, and it's fair to say he was magnificent for Arsenal. Inventive, quick, scored goals, made goals. Was an inspirational figure at the Emirates. As you said, it did happen for him at Manchester United, mainly due to being injured almost when he went there.
So a player that will press Liverpool at the back, try and stop them playing out. They haven't done that there though. Van Dijk. It's passed away from Salah.
Liverpool had slightly more possession, but at the moment I would say Inter have looked the more threatening with their combination play. One pass they haven't really played is that one in behind high Liverpool defence. Not sure what Klopp's running about here to the fourth official or explaining something.
There's an announcement on the PA system as well. I'm not too sure what that was about. Trying to calm them down. Is it something that's happened on that Inter bench, I wonder? very emotional man, wears his heart on his sleeve, really has bought into the whole importance of Liverpool within the community. I can't see what the problem is here. There might be a problem with someone in the crowd, and I think that's what's happened. Players have been drawn across towards this near side, and I wonder if it was then Jurgen Klopp who drew the attention of
So
the
guys,
situation to the referee
the
because
matters.
the message was passed out to him by Liverpool fans. That's just conjecture on my part, but he certainly seemed to be very animated that something needed to be done.
Something.
He was certainly pointing down towards that end of the pitch.
At the top end.
So the guys,
They started the game particularly well, Liverpool. Usually so dominant.
Max is
A real
taking
threat
him.
in the first 20-25 minutes. Balls over the top, winning the ball back in good areas. At the moment, it's been Inter that have, I would say, dominated midfield.
0-0. 2-0 to Liverpool on aggregate. They've won their last 3 Champions League, last 16 games by a 2-0 scoreline. Inter, of course, at this stage of a competition, haven't done well. Lost 4 of their last 5 knockout games in the Champions League. 4 of their last 6 in the last 16. Some anxious looks to the Kop end.
Seems like something has happened in the crowd.
He handles the game well, doesn't he, the referee?
Yeah.
Calm, has a little smile on his face. It's a much improved referee. He used to brandish the yellow cards and red cards out quite quickly many years ago, but he's matured. Top class official.
He was a referee at the 2016 Olympics and the Under-20 World Cup in 2017 when he was a less patient man than he is now. And he went to Russia in 2018.
So the
And the
game
Euro
is on a brief
Championships
stop.
last summer as well. If you've just switched on your television set, wherever you are or however you're watching this in these modern days, we have a pause here because we believe, this hasn't been confirmed, there's been a problem with someone in the crowd. And we're about to resume. The referee's checked. Where were we? It was a throw to Inter.
Oh, so guys, the game is back on. Something happened in the crowd. So we are back playing.
Perisic with it. Forward there then by the Liverpool captain Van Dijk, got a little bit scrappy. Perisic underneath it. That's a Liverpool throw then. They get the first goal of the night. Surely that's curtains for Inter Milan.
So Inter Milan do have to win by 3 goals to go through on the night without Liverpool score.
League Cup was Torino away, then Fiorentina at home.
Have to score 2 for it to go extra time. But here's Liverpool on the attack.
Did have a game in hand on Milan, who were top. 2 points behind.
Thiago. No, Mo Salah. Trent.
Ball placed slightly in behind Fabinho. He got there. Matip.
Good ball by Matip. Jota now.
Jotted it well to readjust. Robertson.
Mane.
On
Oh.
the outside
That's
of
a foul.
Dumfries. Liverpool have a free kick. His first touch wasn't great. Just enticed Dumfries in. You can see quite clearly catches Mane. A bit of pace, doesn't he, Mane, to get there and outstretches that leg. Really good chance here for Liverpool. You'd imagine it would be Alexander-Arnold who would bend it in with his right foot, but Robertson would be the away swinger.
So Liverpool do have a corner.
Van Dijk was telling Alexander-Arnold to play it in.
in 29th minute.
Olsen might swing it away. You can see the wind rippling the back of his shirt and shorts.
Oh, and Liverpool hitting post.
It's set by Van Dijk.
Oh my God.
Matip was in there as well. I think it was Matip with the header
Matip has hit the post.
Coming away from goal. This is really awkward to get the header in. Coming away from goal. That's super
Oh,
stuff.
what a effort.
Just let it hit him on the head. Almost a perfect header, really. Good free kick. They were dropping deep. Big chance.
And Liverpool have a corner.
Another corner for Liverpool. Now those two centre backs again. The referee with a close eye on it. Fabinho might act as a blocker there.
And Liverpool. Oh!
This time Van Dijk came in. I think Skriniar did just enough.
Well, they've just got to attack the ball in, so they're all over the place.
Oh, and that's a superb block by Skriniar.
They're not watching the ball. Just about get something on it, doesn't he, the defender?
And Liverpool do have a third corner.
Big chance for Van Dijk.
Liverpool now piling on the pressure.
Every set play looks a threat, as it was in the first game when Firmino opened the scoring.
And Trent.
He's at the post area again. Deep
What
across
up?
this time. From underneath it.
Liverpool have a show.
What a great second delivery that was from that man there, Alexander-Arnold. He's going to chug all the way across the field. Just runs onto it here, running towards his own goal, just wraps his foot round it.
That's a great cross, isn't it?
Skriniar was just about alert and alive to it.
On the night, Liverpool have the advantage on aggregate. Alisson away, approaching 50 games in the Champions League now. So many eyebrows raised when Liverpool played nearly £67 million rental at the time, but it's been great value for them. 48 clean sheets in those last 102 games. It's far short of one every other game.
There'll always be that debate, who's the best, Ederson or Alisson?
Who's it for you?
I would go with Ederson. I think he's top class goalkeeper, but brilliant with the ball at his feet.
I think he's had the deepest impact on his club as well of the two of them. Matthew.
No, Salah. Mane.
He let him turn, he digs the cross in looking for Alcantara. He might have just dipped and led with his elbow there. Not against the player, but he's trying to control the ball. Now Fabinho.
Liverpool.
Alexander-Arnold was making the run off him. Vidal gets a touch. It's all made by Alessandro Bastoni. So lovely little turn by Brozovic. Again, though, thrust into the final third from into this was a little bit of their failing in the first leg.
Well, Lautaro Martinez gave up on that very quickly. Van Dijk's quick, but really, Lautaro Martinez should have made more of that. To look to be a good pass by Brozovic.
He ain't gonna have a foot race with the world best defender.
He's got that extra yard of pace.
I know Salah.
No, it's a chase from Handanovic.
What a ball by
The man at
Trent.
the other end, Mo Salah has got that extra yard of pace. Likewise, Mane. I think you could say the same about Jota as well.
Skriniar, Slovakian international. Only missed 5 games in all this season. His centre-back partner. Both of them regulars for their country again this season, which makes their task all the more demanding. He's top that up, looking for the run of Lautaro Martinez. Easily dealt with by Van Dijk.
What a tackle by Alcantara. And what a pass. And now Jota. Oh.
Pisses off Robertson. He was trying to find Mane, who was further to his right hand side. That officially goes down as an effort on goal, by the way. Strange as it might seem, but it does.
Dumfries.
Statistics lead the way in football these days in so many ways. A lot of players are signed, checked and scouted and then signed. Brozovic.
He's been influential so far. Brozovic, he's had far more touches today than he had in that first game.
No,
Vidal. About 30 seconds there. Really is linking up the play. He's almost a spare player. As Fabinho's dropping deeper, no one can get to Brozovic at the moment.
Vidal. Robertson got back at it. Second for that though.
It's an Inter Milan corner.
The man that takes all the set plays for Inter. Turkish international, a great right foot. Skriniar will be a target, so too the right.
Now Liverpool have to defend. Inter have a chance on the set piece.
Came off an Inter player towards the far post.
Clear by Liverpool.
Skriniar was in there, but it's cleared away. Vidal leaps with Salah. Martinez has got beyond Trent Alexander-Arnold, shoulder to shoulder.
Good defending by Trent. No, who's a Trent?
Bit of strength from the right back.
He's the best.
Talking of statistics,
best right back in the world.
Virtually unnoticed at the weekend. Liverpool's 600th Premier League victory against West Ham United. Well, in all Premier League games, not 600 against West Ham. Van Dijk, he was unbeaten in 60 Premier League games at Anfield. Wonderful record. Sharon on you. Once again, Brozovic, the deepest man back for Inter. Skriniar then dropped him behind him. Right. Lovely ball bent away to Perisic.
And now Inter Milan.
Here's Sanchez.
It's offside.
It was the right run, just made a fraction too early by the looks of it. What a pass that was, as you mentioned. Yeah, they just hold their line. It's good play by Van Dijk. He sees that Sanchez has made the run. He just held his run. Van Dijk knew the ball was going to be played. He played him offside rather than Sanchez running offside on that occasion.
0-0. Inter have rarely performed well away from home in Europe. Their matchday 4 victory at Sheriff of Tiraspol, only one of 3 wins in the last 11 away in the Champions League. They need to do better. They need goals. They don't score, they go out. Çalhanoğlu. Be very interesting to see how Liverpool react should Inter get the first goal of the night. Perisic. Çalhanoğlu. Vidal is joined in the middle again. Robertson though got it away. See how high Dumfries was. On the way from Skriniar's touch. And he blocks. And was caught there. Nice shot to play on Dumfries, was blocked off by Robertson. Referee will pull it back, I think, for the first one.
Now yellow card for Jota.
A couple of poor challenges by the Liverpool players.
Jota gets a yellow card. The
Free kick is going to be right on the edge of the box here.
For the second one.
And Fries looks like he might get into the box. Skriniar does well. I think the ball was there to be won.
I don't think that's a yellow card, is it?
He just stands in his way, doesn't he, Roberts? And it's good job it's outside the box.
I don't think Skriniar did particularly well there for Jota, the way he went down.
And he knew the challenge was coming in, so he almost jumped before he was touched.
That was set piece.
This is a crucial moment.
Right on the edge of the box.
4.5 minutes to go before half-time. Packed Anfield. Could be a nervy Anfield in moments' time. Chananolu with it.
Good son up.
They breathe new life into this round of 16 time. Chananolu with it. Oh, he went for goal and it's pushed away by Alisson.
What a chance, Ranger.
Little bit of disguise.
Well, I'm surprised Liverpool didn't have anybody in that near post space. It was too easy for Çalhanoğlu to hit the target here, and it bounces just in front of Alisson. He does well to react. He left it till the last seconds here, just in case an interplayer came across him. He pushes it away from the danger.
What a save by Alisson.
Was he going for goal, or was he trying to find Dumfries, do you think, in the middle?
I think he's going for both. He's hitting it into an area where if somebody gets across, it causes the goalkeeper problems. If everybody misses it, as they did, it goes in at the far post.
Clever. Vidal. There's a buzz about Inter at the moment. The referee has said that's...
And now Liverpool on the break. Jota.
Jota gives the ball to Roberts. Jones is away on the right-hand side. Not seen a great deal of him. He couldn't get the ball out wide. A little bit head down there, Robertson. There was an opportunity twice for him to get the ball out to Jones. Maybe he didn't trust the aerial ball. There were a lot of Inter Milan blue shirts in the middle. Alexander-Arnold.
Tiara.
There is Jones.
Look at the effort of Sanchez. He really is working hard here. He's closed down Thiago, almost won the ball back off him, went to Alisson. Maybe one or two of these Inter players have told, give it everything for 70 minutes maybe, and we'll give you a rest.
He's 33 now, Alexis Sanchez. He's the player who's running, he's the player who's closing. Alisson under a little bit of pressure there. Inter are winning. A lot of the ball right now, a lot of the 50-50s going the way of the Italian champions.
Liverpool is being sloppy. No intensity.
They're quite clever. They play with a back three.
And I think it's good tactics by Inter Milan while Liverpool is struggling at the moment.
They're starting to go into a left back position, then they become a back four. They're always changing the shape of the team.
Dumfries. Vidal.
Good work by Alcantara. Roberts on the charge. Roberts. I know Jones.
Best of all
Salah.
to Jones. Salah as well. Sloppy. Liverpool are short of their best. The Liverpool fans felt there that Jones was fouled. Stayed down.
Yeah, I think he was blocked off after he'd played the ball. He was looking for the 1-2. I think that's what Salah was looking for as well. It was again. And it's Çalhanoğlu that's chasing back and just catches his heel here. No intent was there by Çalhanoğlu. He actually just stood on the outside of his right boot. That would hurt. Of course it would. And going back to the olden days, as you did a few moments ago when we were talking about rattles, boots would have been a lot thicker and a lot stronger. Now they're almost like slippers. That's why it hurts so much when somebody stamps on your foot. Here's the chance for Matty. Just comes off the side of his head. Didn't know too much about it, did he?
That's the closest we've come for a goal.
What a chance.
No chance for Handanovic had that been underneath the crossbar.
You would have no chance.
Checking a while back, who's had the more impact on their football club, Alisson or Ederson? Here's one for you. We know what a great player Van Dijk is, but who's the most important? The more important Liverpool centre back, Van Dijk Orcans.
Answer after this. There's the other chance that Van Dijk had. Skriniar that, yeah, just about gets the block in. That was a big chance of Van Dijk.
Appreciated the quality of the ball in.
Well, I would go back to your question and say that Liverpool were already a great team before Hansen was in it. Lawrence and Phil Thompson, they were winning European Cups. They were winning what was then the first division of English football. Van Dijk has helped Liverpool become second best to on occasions being the best in England. So probably the most important signing.
One to debate for you, isn't it?
I can sense you disagree.
No, I was asking myself the question on the way to doing the game and mulling over both of them. I would bring Ron Yates into the equation from even before because he helped transform Liverpool into a winning side in the early 60s under Bill Shankly, who loved the player. Older viewers might remember Ron Yates. Legs like tree trunks, they used to say. What was he signed him and he got the press in, and he introduced Ron Yates, and he said to the press reporters at the time, it'll take you a week to run around him. He's that big. It's a foul. Not going Jota's way, is it, in the first half, Stuart?
I've been fairly impressed with him. Not in terms of creating opportunities, but just disrupting Liverpool. I think they've had most of the possession, but I think they've been in control of the game. At times, Brozovic has had a lot of touches. They've played out from the back quite well. Liverpool's press hasn't been as good as it normally is.
There are danger signs flashing here. That's offside against Perisic, and you can see what he's thinking. Ball should have come up earlier. If you're wondering why we've got 5 minutes of stoppage time, you've just joined us. There was a delay midway through the first half when it appears there was a problem with a supporter in the ground. The attention of the referee was drawn to it, largely by Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool staff, and we believe the medical people went in. I can't update you on any more of it.
What a gesture by Jurgen Klopp.
The two coaches going in at half time. I think Inzaghi would be the happier. Yes, they're 2-0 down still, but they're still in the tie at the moment. Had Liverpool scored an early goal, that would probably have been it. It's been a very difficult night for them.
Fabinho. A chance here now for Alexander-Arnold.
And Salah. Salah get the chance to run.
On the run.
And now Trent.
Alexander-Arnold. Jones is coming close. That's blocked there by Brozovic. Perisic brings it out. Here's Brozovic again.
I think Liverpool is a little bit sloppy here.
Actually by the drive, and the pressure is back on. And
now Salah.
Go on here. Salah tried to steer it in outside of the book. Tentative appeals by Liverpool fans for handball against Bastoni. Don't think it was.
Oh, we don't like. We don't like so.
Sanchez flying into the challenge.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Oh.
It's a late challenge. His studs are showing.
Oh, we don't.
Not a good challenge, is it, by Sanchez?
Oh, we don't like when Thiago is done. That's such a class player, but
drawn blood.
Such a fragile one.
He tried to apologise, needed to. Good to see no animosity between the two.
Probably knew each other. Asking the question at Barcelona, maybe?
Yeah, they used to play at Barcelona together.
Alcantara had a wonderful spell there, didn't he? Been a wonderful player. Bayern Munich, he was at Barca right at the start of his career. And as you quite rightly say, Alexis Sanchez was there as well at the same time. He's won so much, Thiago, over the years. And let's not forget, he's had 3 cruciate knee ligament injuries. Time testing Skriniar's underneath it. Mane will challenge, and Handanovic juggles and gets. Brozovic.
I know, Jones. That's a foul. A yellow card for a true
right
Vidal.
at the end of the half. Will Liverpool have enough time to take it?
No surprise, Vidal eventually gets a yellow card. He doesn't get the ball, does he? He's trying to wrap his foot around the ball, but catches Jones. It's the trailing leg as well. It's not a good challenge, really.
And Curtis Jones has been very much positive in
second in the competition this season.
I know Trent does other times so
7 times in his career, 3 times in European competition.
Last year he was sent off and then just come on as a substitute against Real Madrid in the space of 10 seconds. Remonstrated with the referee. The referee gave him a yellow card and he didn't stop. And he got a red card in it. Cost Inter a place in the knockout stages. That's why he's not particularly popular with the Inter fans. Or one of the reasons anyway.
Will this foul by him be costly? The last moment of the half.
it's Trent.
It'll be Alexander-Arnold on the right foot that has created so much damage over his young career. Great striker of a ball.
Trent.
Alexander-Arnold.
Oh! I need the post!
Close, but not close enough. 0-0.
What a strike this is. You expect it from him. He gets it up over the wall. Dumfries actually ducks his head, but when you see it from behind the goal, it's a little bit wider than it first looked. But a good effort.
No
That's half time.
That is indeed the last effort. Matip's header hitting the bar and the Van Dijk header that was blocked by Skriniar, the closest really.
As you can see, live win probability for over 90 minutes. Liverpool 61 minutes, 21 draw 18. So we have 4 shots from Liverpool, 2 by Inter, 1 on target for Liverpool, 2 on target for Inter Milan. Liverpool have 56% percentage, while Milan have 44. Liverpool 311 passes to Inter Milan 247. Liverpool have a 83% pass accuracy, while Inter Milan have 82. 5-5-4 from both clubs. 2 yellow card for Inter, 1 for Liverpool. No red card. 3 offside for Inter, 1 for Liverpool. 4 corner for Liverpool, 1 for Inter Milan. So far, I would say a scrappy encounter. Very much scrappy. Both teams not settling down the football as much as possible. Think it could have been a better quality football from both teams. You know, Liverpool is not in any great rush to score. Inter do have to score. So Inter would have to come out second half trying to get 2 goals for it to even go extra time.
High and wide. And obviously, as a forward on a hat trick, when that ball bounces back to you, and some result
from the other game.
And do you know what? That is now the fastest hat trick from kickoff in Champions League history. It took 23 minutes.
Robin Lewandowski just break a new Champions League record. Bayern Munich is leaving.
Now they are. You said the space is out wide. Take it, and obviously the goalkeeper hasn't had probably the best of games, has he, Joe?
No, I mean, listen, what you get with a young team that play this expansive football where they press, you're going to get situations like that where they make bad decisions. Kamara, who's been excellent, we highlighted before the game, but again, trying to dribble out and then you fall into that bread. It's 4-0, the game's over. Being in a situation like this, you've just got to reset. You know, they've got a league campaign to finish off. They don't want to embarrass themselves. It's one of them. You go into the changing room and you go, listen, we win the second half, or at least we don't get beat in the second half, and you try, because you don't want to be on the end of a 7 or an 8, because that will hurt you for many years.
and it will certainly hurt them more because they played so well in that first leg as well. Well, let's see how the second half unfolds. We'll be heading straight back after this break, and the story of the first half and the headlines will all be about that
Robert Landers
with a hat-trick in the first half. We're back in a moment.
This program is brought to you by MasterCard, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Go. Go.
O2 won't be bringing back EU roaming charges up to 25 gig. O2, we're better connected. Sorry, how do I invest?
With confidence. It's not about how, it's about who with. Choose those who help you see future horizons, who keep you calm in troubled waters, and are always behind you, whatever you seek. This is the secret.
Money Farm. Invest in your inner peace.
When you're booking a hotel, it's reassuring to know exactly what you're getting. So there's no unexpected surprises. A friendly face, welcome, a clean, comfy room, and as much brekkie as you can handle, so you can walk away without the worry. A family trip without the bath. From booking to bed, we're here to help you rest easy. Premier Inn, rest easy. Only available to book at premierinn.com.
We've always been a team.
I'm fans since day one.
We grew up with the Barclays Premier League, and that's when the dream began.
So much has changed over 20 years, and now everyone has a future in football.
Barclays is celebrating 20 years of commitment to football, and it's still all to play for.
This is Making Breakfast and the 9 a.m.
This is filling up without hitting pause.
This is someone serving us. For once. This is My McDonald's. With order ahead, McDelivery and table service. Download the McDonald's app to order your way.
With 11 awesome artists and one great charity, Red Nose Day is back at TK Maxx. Shop charities, change lives. In-store and online now at tkmaxx.com.
What was your trick?
This is my trick!
My trick?
And this is my trick.
This program is brought to you by Walkers, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Lewandowski with the goalkeeper. Where's this going? He's got a hat-trick, you know. Already 22 minutes in. The master marksman is on target 3 times here.
Just time to remind you that BT Sports Fight Night returns on Friday with Chris Bourke challenging Mark Leach for the vacant British Super Bantamweight title. Live coverage from York Hall in Bethnal Green begins at 7 o'clock on BT Sport 2 and Ultimate. Right, the players are out. It's time to head back to the second half, and I hear there have been a number of changes for Salzburg. Steve McManaman and Ian Darke, can you fill us in?
We'll try to in just a moment. We haven't got a view of every single one of those changes so far, but you just got a sight there of Bunassar coming on for Bayern Munich. Certainly one of the changes for Salzburg is to bring on the defender Kamil Piatkowski, who started at the weekend, and also on is Sucic, who will play in midfield, we think. Two changes made by Salzburg. Gnabry's gone off for Bayern Munich. Sarr replacing him for the second half. Gnabry has got his goal. Bayern Munich getting us underway with a very healthy 4-0 lead on the night, 5-1 on aggregate. Salzburg's only a 90-mile drive from Munich, but in football terms tonight, frankly, it could be on the other side of the moon.
Yeah, it's disappointing, isn't it, for Salzburg? Promised a lot going into this game, delivered very little.
I'm not surprised by that change, taking Solé off in defence and bringing in Piatkowski as a young defender. Started in a 4-0 league win at the weekend.
Guys, we will start with Bayern Munich match.
Taking it. He was credited with an own goal in the weekend draw against Leverkusen. And the man on the ball there, Zula, scored a rare goal for Bayern. Zane, all graceful elegance, and he seems to float across the surface at times.
So we started Bayern Munich match.
Full crowds, and you get the megawatt atmosphere of this splendid arena, which lights up in different colours, doesn't it? Depending on who's playing here in Germany, it's in white. When Bayern Munich are at home, it's in red.
Yeah, it's a pity really, isn't it? Because it is a wonderful stadium when it's full. Beautiful city. Love going there and watching football.
So Bayern
Munich get back to
5-1.
full house very soon. I don't know what the German authorities are saying, or certainly the Bavarian authorities, but it'd be great to see it full, certainly for the next rounds, which they look as if they're cruising into.
Pavard overrunning the ball, picked up by Brendan Aronson. Then Adeyemi, who struggled tonight on the big stage, so far anyway. He was part of Bayern Munich's academy going back, and did score on this ground the last time Salzburg visited. To the substitute Sarr.
Lewandowski
takes a deflection. I wonder where that was ending up. It's, as it is, it flashes wide. Lewandowski, you want more?
Yeah, he probably chose the wrong option actually. I think Leroy Sané took his left there. That little chopped pass to the left was the better option. This is the better angle. There's Sané. Could have just chopped it left. The centre forwards do what centre forwards do when they take the shots on Sunday.
I don't think anybody's ever arguing with with Lewandowski about taking in chances. He makes the art of goal scoring look pretty easy, but he works very, very hard at it. It's Musiala.
Oh man.
Flicked up and Lewandowski was in there again. Just goes on and on in that Bayern Munich team. South African World Cup when he was only 20 and won the Golden Boot. Glorious career is along the way. And several
And now we're going to switch back over to Liverpool match.
Entertaining interviews, some very bad jokes. Anfield, where the visitors are going to make a substitution. D'Ambrosio is getting ready to come on. Danilo D'Ambrosio, the veteran, right back, can play on the left-hand side. Very experienced player. It's his 250th game for Inter. The outside looking in really now. He's only made 5 league starts since November. What can we expect from him, Stuart?
Well, he can play as a wing-back, he can play as a third centre-half on the right-hand side. As you mentioned, he can play both sides. Just interested to see who's come off here. Just have a little look.
Well, Denzel Dumfries is there.
Yeah, so he's going to play as the right-sided centre-half. Bastoni's still there. Looks so De Vrij or Skriniar is the player that's...
De Vrij.
Yeah, De Vrij is the player that's come off.
Has make a change. The fire has come off.
Exercises, then off we go in the second half. Liverpool famously all in red, kicking towards the Kop end. As I mentioned right at the start of the commentary, Anfield European nights have been so famous for Liverpool comebacks, stirring Liverpool victories. But it's an Inter comeback that is needed to breathe new life into this tie. They have 45 minutes left in this competition this season unless they score. And they need to.
I think Jurgen Klopp would have been disappointed with Liverpool in that first half. There wasn't the intensity about their play.
No, Inter is on the break.
Difficult. It's a great position to be in, but how to approach the game when you're 2-0 up from the first leg and then playing at home.
Inter.
This is a goody start here by Inter. Vidal, a little bit slow to turn. He's not the young thruster that he once was. Many of us. Here's a Dyke underneath it. A bit of pressure there from Martinez. Chananoglu putting pressure on Robertson. And Dumfries was fouled by the Scottish international. It's going to be a free kick here. He just left an untidy foot in there, did Robertson. Who's saying there should have been a foul earlier to Liverpool.
Yes, that right foot. I'm not sure he catches Dumfries, but Dumfries had to get out of the way of the challenge. Impetuous from the left back. What can D'Ambrosio bring Inter? He's also good in the air. He's had 1 or 2 goals to his name from set plays. There he is at the back post.
If he has a run here and they find him, Liverpool could be in trouble. He went too early for me. It's aimed in towards the middle. Alexis Sanchez was offside. I think D'Ambrosio would have been as well. The defending wasn't great.
Oh, it's a tight one, a very tight one. He almost timed his run to perfection, Sanchez. Half a yard offside. Yellow card also for Robertson.
Around 10.
Alexander Arnold.
10.
The second half fairly stretched.
Around 10. I said that was shot! Oh!
Easily dealt with. He had a choice there, didn't he, to bend it into a dangerous area. There's 3 Liverpool players in the box. He'll go for the shot himself. That's what he did. Sanchez has got a yellow card as well.
I mean Liverpool on the nose. Pressure to go all out and score. And now Perisic. Sanchez.
Perisic looks for the return. This is dangerous. Cross just deflected off John Matic into the hands of Allison. Also presumably caution for a foul on Dumfries, or did it I'll get that confirmed for you. Wasn't much of a foul to be booked for, was it? Not really.
Nice touch by Salah.
I don't know what Sanchez got booked for. He had that bad tackle in the first half, which he didn't seem to get anything for.
Bad.
That was a poor challenge, wasn't it, Thiago?
Salah. Salah will go back. Oh, and Salah.
Salah. A little bit of juggling, wanted to do perhaps too much on it in a tight area surrounded by blue shirts. Showing all you to Sanchez, he's worked so hard. Brozovic to Perisic. Big switch of play to Lautaro Martinez.
No, Alex should.
Martinez would have been offside. I don't think Dumfries would have been. It's a strange challenge, wasn't it, by Bastoni? Got his body position all wrong there as Salah went past him, then was knocked to the ground. Perisic and Brozovic did well to come back and start getting his shot away. Salah, who hasn't been at his best tonight, I think it's fair to say.
Bastoni came out and squared up against the runner. Sometimes it happens in the spur of the moment, but he invited it really. It was strange, wasn't it?
No change. And Liverpool. No Salah.
Look for Salah. And across comes Brozovic, who's had an excellent game again. He's hurt himself, I think. Was it Brozovic or Skriniar made the challenge? Skriniar was holding his back. Alexander-Arnold gets the cross into the middle.
No, Mane. And Chen.
It's cleared away, only as far as Alcantara.
No Chen. Alcantara, Jones.
Curtis Jones. It's beyond Brozovic. Alexander-Arnold gets the cross. Skriniar's underneath that one. Did well.
No, Mane again.
Robertson, Skriniar there again. Brozovic couldn't get to the loose ball, or True Vidal does. And Sanchez battling away against Matic.
He's been good tonight, hasn't he, Sanchez? He's not, as we mentioned earlier, he's not quite the player he was at Arsenal, but he's worked hard, he's tried to be threatening, he's tried to link up the play, he's run back and got challenges in.
No, Liverpool,
Challenge came for Inter, for Sanchez. Only the 17 goals, nowhere near as prolific as he was in his Arsenal days. And those goals did dry up towards the end. Alexander-Arnold.
Alcantara. No, Jones. I mean, Jones has been the most positive football Liverpool have on the pitch today.
Borussia. Strong in the challenge. Around a long time he has.
Thiago. You know, Jota!
And
Salah! Oh man, Salah in the post!
Very quickly to steer a shot in on goal, and he very nearly steered it in.
What a chance by Liverpool. What a chance by Salah to make it 1-0. I know Inter on the break. I know Lazar Martinez.
Martinez.
And then Dumfries.
Sanchez free on the far side of the penalty area. Alexander-Arnold got the header away, and Alcantara makes sure.
Sure. No Mane.
Good clearance by Thiago. Is that a foul by Dumfries? Dumfries allowed a fair degree of physicality in the game.
I know the game has been stretched out for another.
Good to see, in many ways.
Fabinho couldn't take. But good win back. I know Jones. I know Jones. Jones. And Jones. And Jones. I know Salah. And Salah can't take it. I know Jones. Oh, weak shot. I know Jones has win back. I know Salah. No Salah on the pike.
Tries to get in between the two defenders, Bastoni and Brozovic, who squeezed him out. Referee says go on, here's Jones.
And then Jones. And Jota. Salah. I know, good turn by Salah.
Becoming impish in that penalty area, but it's not a good pass to Alexander-Arnold. And Vidal clears it away.
And the game has been stretched open.
Massive increase in the tempo of this game.
Yeah.
End-to-end stuff. The ball is changing hands. What an opportunity that was for Liverpool to win the game, or win the tie, should I say. Hit the bar, they've now hit the post.
Both sets of supporters, noisy, Forza Inter, you might be able to hear occasionally. From the Inter fans away to the left-hand side. And of course the Liverpool fans respond. It remains one of the most atmospheric and iconic grounds in world football. And I would challenge any football fan, neutral football fan, even if you loathe Liverpool Football Club, to come here and not be stirred on a night like this when they sing Walk On. On the fields of Anfield Road, you can see what Alexander Arnold was trying to do, and I think Jota could.
Here is the chance. Right over the top by Thiago Jota. Looks like he's going to get there before Handanovic. He doesn't get a touch on it. Not great goalkeeper, think, from Handanovic. It doesn't come off part of the boot that he was looking to play it off. It almost comes off the heel. Pass Bastoni. Off the outside of the post. Massive chance for Mo Salah.
Twice they've hit the woodwork. A Liverpool goal at this stage would make it very difficult for Inter. Here's Sanchez, bumped by Thiago, Alcantara, pokes the ball away to Perisic. To take on Alexander Arnold. Çalhanoğlu. Blocked by Fabinho, off goes Jota, chased by Bastoni, looks for the pace of Salah, but Skriniar's read them.
That's when Liverpool can be so dangerous, when they win the ball back. Some players running at full pace to try and get in behind Inter. The pass wasn't quite good enough on that occasion.
Çalhanoğlu for Inter. 0-0 on the night. Liverpool lead it on aggregate still. And Salah has a look. Perisic in front of him. He's guarded him well. Mane. It's a tighter game than that most people felt. As tight as it has been tonight.
In that first game, that Liverpool were playing at 80%, Inter were having to play at 100%, and were shattered by the end of the game. That may be the case again tonight. Inter have played fairly well so far.
And Thiago's Rob.
Was caught in possession, but Liverpool have it back now. Shots are very deep.
No, no Mane.
So yeah,
Mane can get on his own. And Mane.
Jones is there.
Mane.
I think he intended to push the ball back to Jones, but it was gobbled up by D'Ambrosio. The Neapolitan-born defender gets it back to his keeper. Contract is up in the summer. D'Ambrosio. For some 8 years now. Brozovic, whose contract expires in June. Van Dijk wins it. Fabinho got something on that without a skied it. Van Dijk imperious. Strong as an ox back there then he was.
I know the game has died down a little.
Was an attacking option on the bench, plenty of options. Minamino is there. Hussein Diaz is there. Divock Origi. Harvey Elliott could introduce energy. We want to lock lock it up tight. They've got the experience of Milner to bring on.
I know Tiara.
There's Alexander-Arnold to his left foot. Reticent to shoot with that.
Tiara regroup.
The pressure is still on Inter. Jones.
Good step by Jones.
The pressure there. He's looking all the Martinez. Lautaro Martinez. Vidal.
Nice ball by Vidal. Perisic, a good touch by Perisic. And Perisic on the charge.
Control. There's the fullback and a chance for Çalhanoğlu.
And Çalhanoğlu.
It's a big chance at this stage of this time.
And that's a good block.
Did he need to play it first time? Because it's always going to be difficult to hit the target on his left foot first time.
And that's a chase.
As you said, what a switch of play, what a first start from Perisic.
Oh, Çalhanoğlu.
Çalhanoğlu. Liverpool with more of the ball.
No, Brozovic.
Now Marcelo Brozovic.
What a ball by and dummy by Sanchez. I know Martinez. Oh.
And then got it away.
What a chance. And they know it on the bench there. Not sure why Sanchez wanted to leave it here. I thought Sanchez was going to take it himself. It's a poor effort in the end from Martinez. Doesn't hit it with any power or conviction. It's Robertson on the hill, but he had Dumfries outside of him. Frustration for the coach.
Lautaro Martinez now awaits. Hasn't scored in this season's Champions League run. Hasn't scored for a long time until the weekend's game.
I know Brozovic.
Çalhanoğlu with the crossing. And Liverpool get it away. The foot might have been left in there on Curtis Jones. Was it? He's okay. Çalhanoğlu, that's the goalkeepers.
I know Liverpool can break. Break on the counter.
Liverpool
I know
capture at pace.
I know 10 down.
Tiny run there by Alexander-Arnold. He slipped away from Vidal. Fabinho's all over him.
Look how open the game is here.
And the game is more
Just an hour played. Sweeping from the Liverpool end to the Inter end and back again. Çalhanoğlu sees the opportunity for the cross-field ball. That's lovely. It's D'Ambrosio, I think, all the way up there. Indeed it was. Got a nosebleed, whipped it over.
Well, his first touch wasn't a good one. The run is excellent. Well seen by Çalhanoğlu. Was he offside? No, he was onside, I think. If he gets his touch across Alexander-Arnold, who found himself at left back, a much better chance to run into the box, v1 against Alisson. They are knocking at the door at the moment, Inter.
Hasn't scored since October, hasn't scored many in his entire career. Popped up with an occasional useful goal. And Inter are having a good spell. Lautaro Martinez.
Oh! And what a goal by Lautaro Martinez!
They lead it outfield on the right 1-0. 2-1 behind on aggregate. Game on.
What a goal by Lautaro Martinez!
What a strike from Lautaro Martinez. Once again, Inter won it back in a good area. His last shot.
I know the tie is back on.
He just lets it run across his body. Van Dijk has to get a lot tighter. We give him a lot of praise, but when the ball comes to Martinez here, Van Dijk needs to close it down. He allows Martinez to strike it, and what a strike it is. Off the outside of the boot. Alisson's position, I think, was okay, but he's beaten comfortably. Game on here.
Yeah, Van Dijk should have.
That's a terrific goal. Swinging away from Alisson.
Van Dijk should have gone near to that.
Well, he got that hat-trick against Salernitano at the weekend that's changed his season around. Has it changed their fortunes in this competition?
Now we've got a nervy period of the game for Liverpool.
Just past the hour. The game had become more intense, quicker. It suited Inter. It would suit. Oh, he's left the foot in there, Sanchez. That's the second time in the game he's caught Fabinho. He's off.
It's a red card for Alexis Sanchez.
Risky challenge in the first half.
And that's a red card.
Liverpool's Thiago Alcantara to the deck. He's saying, what's this all about? But he picked up a yellow card for the attack where the offside was given against him, and now he gets a second yellow. Did he put out a straight red shot, or was there a second yellow produced? Let's have a look for this
Second
challenge.
yellow was produced. He actually won the point, the follow through. He wins the ball, but the follow through catches Fabinho. See, this is okay here. I'm not sure what else he can do. Not sure what else he can do. He's won the ball. You can't stop yourself going into the next player.
Well, that seems, looking at it again, a harsh decision, just as the game swung back their way. And I think a member of Inzaghi's coaching staff has been sent off as well. Well, what a couple of moments we've had.
When you slow it down and you see that he's starting to show it and they catch Fabinho, people will say it's a reckless challenge. But he's got every right to win the initial ball. You can't stop yourself going forward. The only thing he could have done is, having made the challenge, to get his foot back down quickly so it wasn't stuck showing.
It's his second sending off in an Inter shirt, but only in a fifth red card in a career that started some 18 years ago. We're going to make a change.
I like to change, man.
So he did learn his lesson from the challenge in the first half.
Navigator for Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones is on. Kate is on.
Liverpool go for the experience of Navigator.
I think Curtis Jones was playing fantastic, and Thiago is off for Jordan Henderson.
Henderson's on as well for Thiago.
Thiago only just back in the side after those 3 or 4 weeks out. Henderson, the club captain, on, and also Navigator, who scored away at Atletico. Better season this season. So injury hit previously at Liverpool. He's one game shy of 100 games for the club now.
Well, Inter have gone to a back four now. Dumfries will just play as a normal right back. There he is. Bastoni will play as the left back. The 4 central midfield players, and Lautaro Martinez up front by himself.
Let's not forget they need another goal.
What a big moment that was in the game. Just when it looked as though Inter were full of confidence, they were winning the ball back in good areas, they scored their goal. The crowd was getting a little bit nervy here.
I think a foul, but it's offside anyway. Liverpool were paying for a free kick for a foul on Marley, but the flag was raised for offside. It's been some week for Martinez. Is the offside just, I think? Some week for Martinez. He'd gone all the way from scoring in the Super Cup on January the 12th against Juventus when they won that, to last Friday without a goal.
And Liverpool are
His
still
goal
stuck.
tonight leaves us uncertain as to which team will be going through to the quarters.
There was the challenge in the first half. That was a poor one from Sanchez. There's no question about that. He was lucky that that wasn't a red card. Got a yellow then, and then this is the second one. Now that one he's unlucky with, and I think Fabinho actually leaves his leg so it makes contact with Alexis Sanchez. The first one is a bad challenge. The second one I don't think was.
Could have gone for the first one, Stuart, couldn't he?
Absolutely.
I think if this was a Premier League game, he would have. I'm surprised VAR didn't get involved. Now here's Henderson. We should have had a free kick.
They've gone to a back five again when they haven't got possession. When they do get possession, they go to a back four.
Liverpool unbeaten in 15 games. They've won their last 12. And building up a long unbeaten run at Anfield again.
What a strike from that man there. Not good play from Little. Perisic wins the ball back. Sanchez plays it round the corner. Van Dijk has to get much tighter than that. He just allows Martinez to have the shot, and he strikes it perfectly, albeit 3 minutes later, Sanchez gets sent off.
And they say he'll be here next season in a couple of league games against Liverpool home and away. Maybe possibly in a Manchester City shirt, as the rumours strengthen. Here's Matty. Liverpool now, the advantage in the tie overall is slender. Henderson. Calming influence out there though. And they'll keep possession, they'll knock it around, and they'll try and lower, I think, the intensity out of the game. Stuart, am I right?
Absolutely. Because they're playing with a back five when they're out of possession, it's so easy for Liverpool to keep switching the play.
Henderson.
Robertson doesn't need to be quite so high up the field. It's got to give Dumfries a bit of a problem.
Inter, one up and a man down. A good tie over the two legs. So, what's the referee going to give here? Because I'm not too sure there was much in the challenge. Bastoni's gone down.
Marnie has got a yellow card. Marnie played the ball off and tried to make a run in behind Bastoni. Liverpool are saying that Bastoni stood in the way. Tries to play the ball round the corner, then make his run. Bastoni was blocking him, but he used his arm, Marnie. That's what the referee didn't like.
In European football, basically, you can't raise your arm at all. What he's saying is, look at the mark on my face. Where is it then? Now this will be a problem for Inter. Brozovic is injured and has to go off. He's hugely influential.
Well, they're going to bring on Correa here. And Gosens. It's a triple substitution. Darmian is getting ready. Big changes.
Yeah, former Manchester United defender is going to come on. Gosens and Correa have been injury hit.
Inter is making a triple chain.
They're giving him every chance to get over his injury. Gosens has been out since September with a hamstring injury.
Came on as a sub at the weekend against Salernitana and played really well.
He joined in January on loan from Atalanta. The deal will be made permanent in the summer of next year. He's played just 32 minutes in the last two games as a substitute. Robin Gosens, the German international, in such a very good European Championship. We had to stretch to get that, Handanovic. He's under pressure now and squeezes the ball out. He's gone out for a corner kick.
Corner to Liverpool.
I think there's about 25,000 people screaming behind that goal that the ball had gone out. Not blessed with great pace, is he, Handanovic? And the ball was played beyond him by Brozovic, who had just come back on the pitch.
Here's when they come on as well. He's been out since mid-January with a thigh injury. Substitutions for Inter.
Liverpool.
Comes that corner kick. Handanovic chooses to punch. Lautaro Martinez knocks it and runs. which is okay. And Frisch's Skriniar. Ferris is calling for it on the left-hand side. He's frequently done that in the game, Stuart. They haven't found him. He's such a potent force for them. Really, Chalanoglu shouldn't be able to get space. After we're down to 10 men, he found that bit of space in behind Liverpool's midfield. Keita, the player that made the challenge. Is there anything in that from Chalanoglu? Did he touch it? I'm not sure he did. This triple substitution is awaiting. Keita for here they come though. Actually changed the personnel. Gagliardini is now coming on rather than Robin Gosens. Do you think that affects? Yeah, maybe the Brozovic injury changed all that, Stuart. Yeah, he couldn't carry on. Came back on. First pass went out of play for a corner. He's had a good game, hasn't he, Brozovic? Super. And Roberto Gagliardini is a central midfield player who will come on for us. Italian international. But certainly not of the same quality, the same influence into this team as Brozovic has got. Came on for 4 minutes in the first leg. Dumfries is going to go off. Ready-made fullback replacement for him, one would have thought. Here comes Correa.
So Gagliardini on for Brozovic.
Argentine.
And
he's a wide player, really. Can play as a central attacking player, but can go down either flank. You've got Correa to stay in the Champions League. Liverpool have a corner. Oh, goal kick.
Not a goal kick.
Gagliardini, but the referee had other mind. It's the right decision in the end. Just came off the calf of Jota. Lautaro Martinez. I don't think he's particularly happy about being substituted, having scored that brilliant goal. So he's playing through the middle, Correa.
I know Mane. And Salah! Oh, Salah! Oh, Salah in post again!
Hit it first time. Could he have taken a touch? Liverpool press for the equaliser on the night. Surely the winner of the tie. Here's Fabinho. Jordan Henderson. Mane looks for Salah by Alexander-Arnold. Little grubber of a cross met by Skriniar in the middle. Well, I thought Salah had done everything right. Timing of the run, met the ball on the half volley, inside of the right foot, beyond Handanovic, but not inside that far post. It's just not been his night so far. It's at both posts now, Mo Salah. Nachi also hit the bar in the first time. Liverpool won't want just to creep into the last eight. Still want to become the first British side, only the third team in history to win 8 games in a row in the Champions League in a single season. And they want to protect this long unbeaten run and unbeaten home run that is built up. Here's Henderson to Alexander-Arnold. Back to Jordan Henderson again. Steady from Liverpool.
I think Jones, them could space a Jones would have got through, you know.
Alexander-Arnold. Mo Salah trying to to turn into space. Salah onside. Alexander-Arnold has it. Switch with the deep ball away to Van Dijk. Salah. Still going. Rode 2 challenges and then disappeared into a thick of interlegs. And the shot was by Naby Keita, easily dealt.
Good take by Mane. Yo, we get work pattern.
The player that brought him down. Another good challenge, not a dangerous one, but just couldn't slow himself down. As Mane turned away from the challenge.
Liverpool wanting memories of a 2-goal defeat against Italian opposition just last season. It was Atalanta.
Yes, one.
The previous knockout stage Champions League 2-legged ties against Italian clubs. And they look here for the equaliser on the night. The ball drifted short of Matic. Just challenge by Henderson.
A silly challenge by Henderson.
He played the situation there. Well, Perisic was unhappy with the ferocity of the challenge. You can see why. Just need to calm things down, not stoke things up.
I mean, that's I would call a reckless challenge. He doesn't catch Perisic, and then he wants to have a fight with him. Stupid from the Liverpool captain. Feels as though the only way that Inter are going to get back into this game is if Liverpool get a player sent off.
Come Liverpool, keep a calm.
Liverpool have lost just one of their previous 26 games in all competitions. Chasing Liverpool down. Correa. A bit of pressure on Robertson, but the work was initially done by Gagliardini. Ten minutes to go. Henderson.
What a ball.
Sliced across the ball. The coverage there from Perisic. Here's Bastoni.
Come on, Liverpool, man.
Though, if they're playing as deep as this and giving it away.
Mane.
Mane slips it back then to Matty, Fabinho. Liverpool knocking the ball around and trying to wear 10 men into that. The game changed and changed again in the blink of an eye. Inter scored and then had Sanchez sent off. Liverpool's 28-game unbeaten home run is being threatened. They've lost here since the 7th of March 2021. They were beaten by Fulham at that stage. They'd had that very, very long run. You remember, unbeaten at home, and then they had a terrible spell in that defeat by Fulham. Was their 6th year in a row. Since then, they've gone without a defeat on their own patch. Kate, shot, tried to turn into the gap, gets it back. Went back by Gagliardini. Need to have it now. Correa. Gagliardini in support.
Just going back to your talk of Liverpool and that poor run at home. Remember, it was when there was no crowd. So an influence this Kop has on the Liverpool players.
Come on.
Takes on the ball to Darmian.
No, Diaz is coming on.
The post, Mo Salah.
Here's the ball by Mane. It's a good one as well. He's in that little bit of space. He's got behind Bastoni. I think he does everything right on the half volley. Makes good connection. He's a bit unlucky, really.
That's a study in technique, though, wasn't it? The way he kept his eyes glued on the ball, got his balance right, swept it in first time. And the change, Chalanoglu this time departed for the visitors.
Yeah, Vecino, the player coming on. A lot of injury problems over the last couple of years. Uruguay.
Another very good Uruguayan midfield player. In the last World Cup, people
Diaz
were
and Jota.
in the World Cup. Diaz has come on for Jota. Sina Bentancur and the like. Diaz has sparkled at times since joining the club. What do you make of Jota tonight, Stuart?
Played through the middle. I don't think Liverpool have been at their best, so it was difficult for him to get on the end of anything. He was trying to make runs in behind. He was trying to press the ball. Certainly wasn't one of his better games. But you can say that about probably 8 or 9 of the Liverpool players.
It's been a wearying schedule for them. In the Carabao Cup, of course, on penalties after 120 minutes. There's Alexander-Arnold. Diaz top of your picture there, wearing the gloves.
Salah.
Salah find him.
That's Salah again.
He was clipped by the last man as he went beyond Bastoni.
Great play from Mo Salah. Squared up Perisic. Then knew that Bastoni was going to slide in, so just lifted the ball over him. And Bastoni made sure he didn't go past him. Deserves the yellow card. He knew as soon as he made the challenge it was going to be a yellow.
And Liverpool preserve this long unbeaten home record.
Yeah, we need a goal. We need a goal.
Confidence is like a flower. Jurgen Klopp was saying before, and if you crush it, it's difficult to get it back again. Here comes the cross, looking for Marley. Didn't get up well. And, trying to stop them getting out. He did his job well. Pressurising Bastoni. Only 22 is Alessandro Bastoni, already confirmed Italian international.
He's a very good footballer, Bastoni. Still think there's question marks over his defending 1v1. We've seen that tonight.
Oh goodness me, Alisson, at this stage of the Champions League, last 16 match, goodness. That's kept in play. Henderson had to stretch. Fabinho tidies up. Keita ran away from him. Under pressure from Ambrosia. Diaz. It was never going to be a stroll in the park against the Italian champions. And it's been far closer than I think many people thought it would be.
I expected Liverpool to start off at a really quick pace, to get a goal fairly early on in the game, and then just be able to take the sting out of it. But that's not been the case. Inter, I think, have played very well. They stayed in the game in the first half. They stopped Liverpool playing in their quality football. It's been end-to-end in this second half.
Alexander-Arnold. I wonder what difference it would have made to the complexion of tonight's tie had the away goal rule still been in place. Is Diaz. Stoney's gone with him. Tricky player. Live wire since he came. Alexander-Arnold sets up Henderson. And Salah to run Perisic perhaps. Alexander-Arnold won't cross it with his left, but you wouldn't think. Three in the middle awaiting. Cross. Diaz comes short. Henderson. Liverpool want to play out wide to Keita, and they'll get it out wide to him in the end from Van Dijk perhaps. by Mane. So they're keeping possession. And they're managing the lead in the tie. Here's hit for Salah. Not by Perisic, trying to claw back in. They've got to release Perisic and Darmian to press higher up the field. And that's
But a boy by
Liverpool are in behind. And the cross from Robertson didn't hit it, Mark, because Skriniar, who's been excellent tonight, got it away.
What a boy by Van Dijk.
Yeah, what a good pass it is. There you see him to try to press the ball. They're out of shape. Two centre halves are too close together. D'Ambrosio, the right back, has gone up the field as well. Robertson, for once, doesn't pick up.
Man, if you get the ball, you know. Salah.
History, and we will analyse all of the action after this break.
We've got you covered for all the soccer action.
Alright guys, just want to say thank you for joining us. Liverpool make it through, even though they are lost to Inter Milan 1-0. But Liverpool already won 2 goals at the San Siro in Milan. It wasn't a great performance by the Reds. I think they could have done better. But guys, they are through to the quarter-final, and that's all that matters. We need a better performance in the next game. So I just want to say thank you guys.
No second chances. Watch 6 nations put it all on the line on SuperSport.